Hello, Justin with Lucky8 Off-Road, and I've got a unique one. You're saying, usually we start with the cars all put together, but not today. We have a stealth LED light bar, and the way I envisioned the instruction was to pull the whole entire bumper cover off like we do for our hidden winch trays and stuff. And I'm like, God, I wonder if I can sneak it in just by loosening the top. And you know what? I could. So cue the intro, and we'll meet back here for this special LED light. All right, so you can hop over to our other hidden winch install video. I'll put the link in the notes, and you want to get to this stage where you're just pulling off the trim here. You don't even need to pull the headlight buckets. So we're going to get that lower trim off that goes here, the grille, and then loosen up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M10 bolts. I'll even show you what they look like. Bingo bongo, they look like that. And that's going to give us enough flex out of this front bumper cover to drop the hidden LED light, which sits right here behind, and it's remote controlled, so no wiring in the cabin. It's going to be pretty slick. Next step is we're going to put the hardware on the light and work our way to get it mounted. I'm sorry, I'm all excited that I found a shortcut. And you know what? You're going to be happy too, because you don't have to take the whole bumper cover off. All right, you're going to get a bag of hardware. Actually, this one has 2, but I don't know why. I'm going to have little feet on it, and the feet are going to go forward, facing out, just like that. And it's held in with a little Allen and a lock washer. So we got that done on both sides. Pull this protective strip off. Next thing, we're going to try to sneak it in between the upper shroud plastic and bumper. I can already see it's going to fit. And then we use these little rectangle pieces to hold it to the front of the grille. I'll bring it in, but next up, I'm going to struggle getting this in, but I'm going to be happy because I didn't have to take the whole bumper off. Yes. All right, so proud of myself for sneaking it in, but we got a little bit of a baba booey here. The way that these mount are like so with these metal plates, and this is a dynamic grill, so that's going to interfere. Could notch this, then we'd have to send it out, get it powdered again. Not going to want to do that. So what I'm going to do is that Allen that we use to install the foot, I'm going to get a longer bolt, put that in there, and put a spacer. I'll just use some random hardware that would be easily accessible to kick that foot out a tiny bit. And I know the next question is, well, it's going to make the light move. No, that light actually sits right on the base of the bumper, so it's not going anywhere. There's no real pressure on it. So we'll go back up on the little bench here. We'll put a bolt and a nut on, get a little more extension out of it. So I have a 6mm bolt that's a little bit longer than the 6mm Allen. Something to note, if you have to do this dynamic thing that I'm doing, it's not threaded all the way, which makes sense because the light needs to be sealed. If you run a bolt that's too long in here, you'll crack it, and then your light's gonna get water in it. You have to take this all apart. So what I did was get the proper size bolt. We got our little foot now. Took a nut, put it in. Right back at the start. I'll tighten that down. I'll slide it back in, and then we can go back over here to this section. Now, with the light bar behind the grill where we want it, you can see that hole there and that hole here. We want to set in our little rectangle piece, align it like so, reach behind and put the 2 nuts on. With everything kind of in place, I would step back, make sure it's where you want it to be, and then tighten it down. Now that the LED is bolted in place with the 2 tabs, bingo. Next up is the wiring harness. It looks spooky, but it's really not. The light has a little connection on it. So what I'm going to do is weave this through the engine bay, bringing the power up to the accessory power box. And you know what? I won't even bore you with all that. I'll just bring the camera in and show you how I wired it. Then we can put everything back together and test it out. This is how I ran the wiring harness. I zip tied it to the park distance sensor harness. Tucked it through here. Ran it along. Under here. Comes out. Heads over, there's a little cutout here for the wiring harnesses and the air line. Over to the fuse box. I used this bolt to tighten down the relays. I took the transmitter box, stuck it over here. Took this area for a ground. You would need your own bolt. It doesn't come in the kit, but you could always run the wires to the real ground. And then I got my power from the auxiliary 12-volt socket right here. There you have it. Job done. You've put everything back together. Lights in, lights installed. Boom. 1 press, you get white lights. 2 press, yellow lights. It also has a flasher feature, slow speed or high speed. All right, guys, I'm gonna take this outside for some beauty shots, and on that, I'll see you on the next one.